What's going on YouTube? Urban Gun Reviews, and today on the channel I'll be doing a first thoughts on a KAHR PM9. Let's get into it. Now the KAHR PM9 pistol you can buy on for 762 bucks.
Oh Lord!
It's chambered in 9mm. And it comes in two different variants as far as the slide goes. Now you can get the blackened slide, which is black slide, black frame, or you can get the stainless slide, which is this one right here, stainless slide, black frame. All right. Now they have tritium night sights, and they have a 6-round flush fitting magazine, as well as a 7-round extended magazine. As no magazine disconnect, a 3.1-inch polygonal rifling, 110 right-handed twist, a right-hand twist, 5.42-inch in overall length, 4 inches in height, 0.90 slide length, and 14 ounces in weight. It has a textured polymer grip, drift adjustable sights, tritium night sights, black polymer frame, matte stainless steel slide, and it comes with two 6-round flush fitting magazines, as well as one 7-round extended magazine. So just looking at this, my first impressions was it's really small. You know what I mean? And that's not a bad thing. I'm just giving you my first initial thoughts of it. Really small, really compact, good look, feels good in the hand. You see this is with no mag, so the flush fit mag really wouldn't be any different. So you got all this exposed. It has nothing really to grip onto, but you know, as you shoot smaller guns, you learn how to adjust to that. So all you do is put your pinky finger up under it, you know what I mean, like that, and you'll you know, I just give y'all a little tidbit. But yeah, my first thoughts is really small. I've heard a lot of good things about KAHR, so I reached out to them and they sent me this firearm to review. So yeah, I'm really anxious to shoot this. Really good look. I just muzzled myself, but really good look. Feels good. I mean, it looks like a solid gun. It seems really well put together. I field stripped it. That's just something I do. I like to field strip to see how easy or how difficult it is. And my thoughts on field stripping is Glock has the easiest firearms to field strip. Excuse me. Glock has the easiest firearms to field strip. All right. So anything that isn't as easy or easier than a Glock to field strip, I deem difficult. So this is a difficult gun to field strip. And when I do my full review and all of that, I'll give you that. I'll show you how to field strip it and all that. It's not that it's hard. It's just extra things that just make you sit like, why? You know what I mean? Why do I have to do this? And then it's I don't know. It's just extra. But this is the handgun. Really nice. This is the 6-round flush fitting magazine, and it came with 2 of those. So 2 of these flush fitting 6-round magazines, and it came with the extended 7-round magazine with the base plate on the bottom. So that's pretty cool. And okay, with some extra stuff in the box too. A lock, came with a lock in the box, and this is all the lock stuff in there. I ain't gonna mess with that, but came with a little lock. But all in all, like I said, I'm anxious to get this to the range and test it out. It just seems like a sturdy little gun. So right now, before we get out of here, I'm gonna do you a little comparison. I brought two of my smaller 9mm out, so let's check those out. I'm gonna compare them, and then we're gonna get out of here. So the first gun that I'm gonna compare it to is the Diamondback DB9, and of course I'm not talking about performance in any way. I'm just talking about the build of it, the size of it, and things like that. So I'm not talking about how it shoots or how reliable it is or anything like that, because if it's reliable at all, it'll probably be more reliable than the Diamondback, but we'll find out. All right, so if you line it up, stand them up. Let me see. It's about even right there. They're just about even, just about. If you go lengthwise, trying to get beaver tail to beaver tail, just about the same length too. It's not really a difference in overall length. You see the car a little bit longer in the grip than the Diamondback, and the Diamondback has the magazine in it still. So, all right, so you see it's just a little bit longer, not much, just a little bit longer. And we look at the thickness of the grips. The KAHR PM9 is a little thicker in the grip, not by much, but it seems a little thicker in the grip. All right, so second gun that we're gonna bring out real quick, just to test it against it, as far as look wise, is the Sig P365. All right, now this is my EDC, so we're gonna just compare them size wise, and maybe I'll do a little comparison far as, because they're kind of in the same, you know, boat far as micros, but I mean round count, you know, the Sig is there, but we'll get into that. So let's look at size. So if I went, put them side by side. Now even, let me put the flush fitting in here. All right, so with the flush fitting magazine, it's a little longer than the Sig P365. Not much, just a little bit longer. And mind you, 7 rounds, 12 rounds. Big difference, you know what I mean? If we look at the grip in it too, I would say they could be just about equal. Maybe the Sig has a little more thickness in the grip, not much, but maybe just a little bit. If we go length, overall length, the Sig, I think, is just like a hair longer than the KAHR. But like I said, the Sig is a hard gun to beat, you know what I mean? Because unless you can beat 12 rounds, it's a hard gun to beat. You know what I mean? I mean, people talk about the reliability and they bring that up, but until I have a reliability issue with my Sig, I can't really put that in as a factor. You know, my Sig has been 100% reliable all the time. So my Sig is still the champion, but just comparison, I just wanted to give you a little reference in case you thought about it. That the KAHR is a little smaller, but it's not like a real noticeable difference in any area. You know what I mean? The biggest difference, of course, to me is the round count, 7 and 12. So, you know, that's just a big difference to me, which kind of makes this one still the king of the castle in my book. But let's talk about the KAHR and finish our initial thoughts. We have no safety, no manual safety anywhere on here. All right. We got PM9 branding, KAHR branding from Worcester, Maine. KAHR arms, so American made. We got them tritium night sights with a nice white dot in the front. Nice textured grip, mag release, spring loaded, you know what I mean? So you get a nice little kick out there. Okay. This is your takedown pin. So like I said, it's not really hard, but it is slightly. It's more difficult than in my opinion it should be. You know, you see these two little lines right here. There's one here on the frame, and then there's another line here on the, or one line on the slide, my bad, and then one black line on the indentation on the frame. You gotta line those up, then you gotta push that out, then you gotta pull it out. It's just a little, like I said, a little bit more than I think it should be. But really nice overall handgun. You got lacerations on both sides, no rail in the front, but most times on firearms this small you don't get the rail, so not anything uncommon really in the micro market. All in all, it seems pretty good. You got texture right here on the front of the grip, texture as well on the back of the grip to give you a nice purchase on. And now you see with the 7-round extended magazine that I get that pinky on there, which is going to help me with accuracy, or help anybody else, you know, with bigger hands, to where that flush fitting is just a little too small, or maybe a lot too small for you. Now the flush fitting, of course, is going to give you more concealability options, but you know, as long as you know how to grab it properly, you should get a pretty accurate shot. But you know, in the heat of battle, the way you grabbing a gun to shoot, I don't think it's going to be something you're thinking about. You just want to put shots on and hopefully down your target. But all in all, like I said, I'm anxious to check this out. Probably try to get to the range this weekend, as long as my kids don't have baseball, because baseball has seemed to be consuming my life. Two of my kids in baseball, there's 3 teams, so it's just ridiculous. But you know, I get this out and put some rounds through it. Hopefully, maybe I'll put 500 in one day. Maybe we'll do 250 or something like that. Depends on what it's looking like. But this is the KAHR Arms PM9, and this is my first thoughts of it. Leave a comment in the comment section about if you have a PM9 and your thoughts about it. If you think it's a quality gun, if you think it's crap, let me know in the comment section. But it's Urban Gun Reviews. If you like this video, click that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do that easily by clicking on the AR-15 in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. If you're not following me on all my social media sites, then all you got to do, go into the description, click on every one of them links, and follow me on every one of my social media sites. All right, but we out to the next one, people. Stay blessed.